Hi guys, today we are going to learn how to print all the numbers up to 20, and the requirements are at least one list and at least one while loop. So let's get started. First we're going to type list1, which is equal to the symbol for lists, which is square brackets, and inside these square brackets we are going to type in 1 comma space 2. So then we are going to press enter, like after this last square bracket. And then what we're going to do in that line 2 is we're going to make a variable called x, which is equal to 3. You can name x whatever you want, and you can also name list1 whatever you want. So then we're going to make 2 new lines, and we are going to type in print list1, and then we're going to do square brackets and then 0. And I'll tell you why we put square brackets and 0. And we're gonna do basically the same thing, but we're gonna change that 0 into a 1. So let me just name this list1 and put square brackets and 1. So then we're gonna print x. So let me tell you what this 0 and 1 are. So why I put 0 and 1 are because I want to print each number once on each line. So let me show you what I mean by that. So if you get our console out and run this, it's going to say 1, 2, and 3. But if we delete this line and we delete this square bracket and that 0, it's going to say the value of list1, which is this square bracket, 1 comma space, and then 2, and then square bracket. And then it's going to do 3. And why it's only doing 3 right now is because this is a variable. So yeah, that's basically why I put that 0 there. I'm going to put that. Okay, yeah. So then we're going to print x, and we are going to make a while loop. So how you make while loops are you just type in while, and then you activate a while loop. So what this while loop is going to check is that if x is less than 20, which is true, and we're going to put a colon so we can make stuff inside the while loop. And how you know that if you're making stuff inside the while loop is because you would have an indent, which is what I highlighted right here. It's like a big gap, and you can also get those indents if you accidentally delete them. You can get them by pressing tab. So yeah, those are the 2 ways you can get indents. Well, there's one way. That way is the spacebar. That's another way you can get indents. But I normally use tab because I like to. So inside this while loop, what we're going to do is we're going to say x plus equals 1. And then on a new line, we're still going to do stuff in the while loop, and that would be print x. And then we're going to make a new line and get out of this while loop, which means delete the indent. And then we're going to write print and then a string, the end. The end. And then we are going to pull out our console and run this and see what happens. So what it's saying is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then all the way up to 20, and then the end. So if you want to make this the end on a new line, and then after that new line we're gonna put the end, you can just put \n, and then yeah, you would get that. So let me tell you what this code is doing. So first of all, why we used a while loop instead of a for loop is because a while loop checks if this, so after, it'll do all of this once, everything inside the while loop once, and then it will start from the while loop again, and it'll see if it's true, and until it turns into false, which is when this x is, like, the value of x in this while loop is 20, and then it's going to say 20, which is less than, if 20 is less than 20, which is not true, because 20 is equal to 20, that's when it turns false, and that's when it stops this while loop, and it stops at 20. And yeah, it just does that. And why it's adding 1 each time is because we put x plus equals 1. So if we just put x equals 1, it's gonna keep on saying 1 all the time, because 1 is not, because 1 is basically not stopping, because 1 is never gonna go up or down, so it's like staying at 1, and 1 is not going to be greater than 20 or equal to 20, because it's not going up or down. So yeah, that's why we want the plus equals 1, and we're going to stop this program and clear all of this. So yeah, that's why. And yeah, it's just going to do all of that stuff until 20. And that's not what that's gonna do in for loops. So when in for loops, it just reads all the code, and then that only does that once. It doesn't do that once and then checks it again, and then keep on repeating it like that. It just checks it once, and in that once, it's gonna do the thing that it's supposed to inside the for loop. So that's why we didn't use a for loop. So yeah, and we wanted to print x because we're changing the value of x, and we want to print all the value of x, which is starting from 3 and then going all the way up to 20. And then we printed the end. I don't know why. You don't need the end if you don't want it, but yeah, I just used it. I don't know why. But yeah, that was the end of the video. So if you like this video, make sure to click the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.